Welcome to Nerd Sports. Today we're going to talk about Cameroon. It's a game I saw like professional Indians, not the Indians that
not the Indians that we've
Christopher
introduced.
Christopher Columbus found.
Okay,
But
so not the ones that we introduced firewater, syphilis, and measles to, right? Smallpox, but
Yeah.
like Indians isn't Hindu.
Yeah.
As in, you ever been bitch slapped by a 13-armed goddess?
No, I don't know what it is.
That was racist. Holy shit.
No, what I almost said was really going to be really racist. It was going to be super racist. I'm talking like
YouTube's gonna yank this video so quick.
I know, right? No, it's like a, I don't think it's Pog, but basically you take one and it's basically like pool.
Oh my god!
And I watched like,
dude, that takes me back. Pogs.
I know.
Holy crap, dude!
I know I shouldn't have said your nerd
so,
visions from back in the day.
Dude, I didn't play with like just any Pogs, dude. It was the Image Comics Spawn Pogs, and the Slammer was Spawn, and it was like a foil embossed Slammer, dude.
Totally forgot to
Oh my
take
god!
stuff off. Oh well. But yeah,
So is it like marbles with discs?
No, it's. I guess you would say that it's like, well, it's a combination of like pool,
Right.
and it's CARROM.
Oh, okay.
And,
well, see, now you got me curious, and I'm going to look this up.
Well, I can send you the link real quick, what it looks like. But I was like, I mean, they were really, really. It was like a sport type deal.
Oh, Jesus, dude. That was like an all text. There's no hyperlink in that. It's fine. I'll look it up.
Yeah. Just put up Indian board game and pop right up.
Gotcha. Okay, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
But during 4th of July weekend, oh, God, I'm going to have to send this to you because the name's on it. Because we all know David can't do names because his dyslexia hits up so hard.
Okay.
But I got Joey Chestnut.
Oh, right. The hot dog eating champion who seemingly seems to find... No, Joey Chestnut? No, dude. We're talking about Nathan's Hot Dogs, the hot dog eating championship I think it is 4th of July. They're in Coney Island. I don't know if they're going to do it, if they did it this year or not. I'm not entirely sure. But he breaks his own record. Like, he's broken his own record like 3-4 years in a row. The dude's eating like 70-something, 80-something hot dogs, just shoving them down, dude. I mean, like, all they got is a glass of water, and buns and all. They got to eat it.
Yeah. No, what on this one, it was Shohei
Ohtani?
Yeah. Shohei Ohtani and Joey Chestnut made sports history on July 4th. I read something that they... okay. Shohei Ohtani makes All-Star Game history, unless you've been...
I saw that, where he was named. He was the first player in Major League history to be named as a pitcher and as a position player for the All-Star Game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's it on my sports news.
Right.
I got nothing else.
Well, speaking of the All-Star Game, it's coming up next Tuesday on July 13th. It's going to be 6:30 Central Time, 7:30 Eastern.
Is it going to be in Atlanta?
No, it's going to be in Colorado.
Oh, what happened with that? Some kind of weird...
Well, I think, like I said before, whenever we addressed that lawsuit about a month or so ago, if it's going to go back to Atlanta, it's not going to be until next year. And that's just because Major League Baseball, they went full potato, and they installed the infrastructure in Denver for the All-Star Game. And I think at that point, Major League Baseball painted themselves into a corner by moving it in the first place, one, causing one city and the surrounding communities millions of dollars. They weren't going to do that twice in the same year.
Oh, wow. That okay. Here's another one that just happened like 42 minutes ago. Blue Jackets Mastiff Kimrick dies from chest trauma from fireworks. Autopsy reveals.
Blue Jackets. So that's going to be hockey.
Yeah. That's so sad.
NHL.com.
He's a goaltender. I got a Fox.
Goaltender. Yeah, let me pull that up here.
He dies Sunday night, according to medical examiner. The cause of death was chest trauma from a mortar-style firework blast, not from a fall, which is what the police initially reported.
Matisse, Kivalinkis.
As long as I'm not the only one that couldn't fuck that.
We extend our deepest sympathies to his mother, Estrada, his family and friends during this devastating time. Let me see here. Kiwi, which I guess was his nickname, was an outstanding young man who greeted every day and everyone with a smile, and the impact he had during his 4 years with our organization will not be forgotten. He was 1-1-0 with a 3.40 goals against average and a .901 save percentage. So he was a very, very decent goaltender.
Or we like to say in the United States, goalie.
Yeah, well, goaltender, goalie.
Yeah.
Yeah, But, impact, blunt force trauma from a mortar shell hitting him in the chest.
Yeah.
God.
That kind of almost happened to me yesterday when we were shooting out fireworks.
Yeah.
What it was the fuse was a little bit shorter.
Right.
And I hit it in, and we're looking at probably around about 15 to 20 feet away from the other guy that was doing the fireworks with me, my brother-in-law.
Mm-hmm.
And it went off, and I was like face forward to it because it went off and boom right there. I'm surprised I didn't get a TBI from it. It was that close and that loud.
Jeez, dude.
Come
on, man. You're better than that. Hockey news real quick before we jump back into baseball.
Okay.
Game 4 of the Stanley Cup Finals is set for 7 o'clock Central Time, 8 o'clock Eastern tonight. The Tampa Bay Lightning have a 3 games to nothing lead over the Montreal Canadiens. Really, nobody had the Canadiens picked to, get very far in the playoffs because the lack of depth as far as playoff experience was concerned. But they've managed to get to the final for the Stanley Cup, for Lord Stanley's Cup rather. So I don't know. I kind of want to see Montreal at least make a series out of this. While sweeping, a series is, what you would like to see, especially if you're rooting for the team that's got the lead. But now, will Montreal, in all likelihood, pull off, what only the Boston Red Sox have been able to pull off, thus far to date in modern sports, which is being down 3-0 in a best-of-7 series, then come back and ultimately win 4-3? I doubt it. But I'd like to see it at least get to a Game 6. Tampa Bay, they're the defending champions for the Stanley Cup, so it'd be kind of cool to see a back-to-back champion for the first time in any of our professional major organized sports. It doesn't happen because when you win that championship, ultimately you get that target painted on your back. Everybody's gunning for you. But, you got to tip your hat and give a round of applause for the Tampa Bay front office. They've managed to, pull that off with the right personnel moves, making sure that they keep the key personnel that were responsible, the most responsible for their championship to begin with, in place. And, keeping the system that got them there last year, for the most part intact. So, ultimately, do I think that Tampa Bay is going to win this series? Yeah. Lord Stanley's Cup needs to stay in the United States as opposed to going north of the border. So, if you are a resident native of America's Two Cat, hey, you know what? America, whatever. But having said that,
here's a little bit funnier news though. England celebrates reaching Euros 2020 semifinals by flocking on inflatable unicorns in a pool. It's just, I'll send you the link.
Gotta love the English, but
yeah,
God.
it's hilarious. Hold on, I got it to you right now.
All right, so shifting gears into baseball here. The Red Sox are the first team in the American League to hit 50 wins. They currently have a record of 53 and 32. They're going to play. They're going into action today against the Angels. They're playing on the West Coast right now. They just got done taking 2 out of 3 against Oakland, and Martin Perez, who is on the bump tonight for the Red Sox, and when I say the bump, he's the starting pitcher for tonight's game. I saw a meme this morning, kind of made me chuckle. Is Martin Perez when he realizes he has to face Shohei Ohtani tonight, and it showed Ralph from The Simpsons with that little caption, "I'm in danger." I mean,
that's funny.
I mean, Shohei Ohtani. I mean, I get and understand the amount of love that this guy is getting just because he's a two-way player and he's really good at both. I mean, he dominates at the plate and he is an excellent pitcher. And, I think the reason why he's such a novelty is because of the fact that, one, he's playing in an American League, in the American League where we have the designated hitter. So generally pitchers are pitchers only unless they go to National League parks. Now, having brought up that little point, because the All-Star game is being played in a National League park, I am curious as to whether or not they're going to use the National League rules, which in the past they've done that before. So if that is in fact what they're going to do, then Kevin Cash, who is the manager of the Tampa Bay Rays, he's going to be the one managing the American League squad tonight or next week. It'd be kind of interesting to see how he uses Shohei Ohtani. Do I think the guy is the second coming of Christ for baseball? Absolutely not. He's good at what he does, and I think that whatever team ends up keeping his services or employing his services through the free agency market, as long as he stays healthy and viable, I think he'd be a real asset to any team. I think at the end of the day, once the novelty wears off, I'm not saying that he's going to fade away into obscurity at all, and I'm probably one of the few people in the country that are saying this, but professional hitters being what they are, they're going to figure him out, and pitchers being what they are, professionals, are going to learn how to pitch around him. And I think we might see just a slight decline in his numbers, but he's going to make those adjustments as well. So it's never going to be one-sided. Right now, people are just kind of, they're marveling at it. And ESPN is not helping the situation at all. Neither is Major League Baseball, or neither is
you mean the
Major League Baseball Network.
You mean the sports political news?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. There's that too. But no. So I brought up Oakland earlier. It's kind of cool. I'm taking my boys on vacation tomorrow, and Wednesday night, just kind of on a whim, just decided, you know what, I'm going to buy tickets because we're going to be in the Houston area anyway. And I looked at the schedule, saw the Astros were going to be at home this week. So I decided, you know what the hell? And I'm taking everybody to the Astros Oakland A's game at Minute Maid Park in Houston on Wednesday night. So that'll be kind of cool. I know that my oldest son and I, that's one of those, we're gonna plan to try to hit as many ballparks as we can, Major League ballparks, within a reasonable driving distance over the next couple of years. But it's the opportunity's there. The tickets aren't that expensive.
How much were they? I was always kind of curious about that.
If I remember correctly, because I know whenever I took the boys and my dad to go see the Red Sox play down in Arlington, and that disastrous dumpster fire of a series, those tickets for 3 seats, it cost me like $250.
Okay.
For 6 tickets for this game. Now, granted, these are nosebleed seats, and I did get them from one of those third-party sites. It's Game Time. It's an app where you can get discounted tickets for like concerts and whatever. No, we're not sponsored by them. It's just it's a shameless free plug. So whatever, go on with your bad self. But
the 14 people don't care.
Yeah, no, the 14 people don't care. But we get that one executive that's on the, that owns that company. Oh God, we got a free plug. Oh, we're gonna send these guys tickets. Looking at you.
If that actually happens, I'm still surprised we got like extra fixings when we go to Big Daddy's.
Yeah,
or Daddy Bob's.
Daddy Bob's, yeah.
Yeah, Daddy Bob's. Go to Daddy Bob's for really good barbecue on Tuesdays and Thursdays in Wichita Falls.
Yes, and if you live in the Graham area, that's where he's from, so he's there the other 5 days of the week. However, anyways, digressing. I think overall, I think I probably spent... For 6 tickets, I think I spent 200 and just a little over $200 for 6 tickets.
Really?
Yeah. And I know Minute Maid Park's going to have its obstructed views because, well, let's face it, Globe Life Field is a carbon copy almost.
Is it?
Damn near. I mean, with the exception of the wall out in left field. I mean, it's pretty much a carbon copy. I mean, they both have retractable roofs. The same architectural firm, I think, built both parks.
Yeah, that's probably the reason why. Because usually when they have like firms, the same firm and everything, they're just like, we want ours to be just like this one. Okay, hold on, but it's going to take me a while. Okay, there you go.
So
got the blueprints.
In true. Now, there's a term for people who live in the Massachusetts area. They're called massholes, right?
Really?
Yeah. I mean, you just say, hey, quit being such a masshole. If you ever run into somebody from Massachusetts and you call them a masshole, they'll either get incredibly offended because they don't want anything to do with sports, or they know about the Massachusetts sports scene, the New England sports scene in general, and they'll take it as a badge of honor. They'll almost take it like it's a compliment. So, you just look at somebody like, quit being such a fucking masshole, and they're what do you know about being a masshole, eh? It's like, but in true masshole fashion,
I wonder if Adam gets that. If he actually Adam, if you actually watch this episode and get on the masshole, please message us, because I want to have a little bit more in depth on that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Adam is a masshole. He can be, It's massholes basically. If they're a true masshole, they're that way in traffic. They're that way at work. Most of them are that way at home. But you disparage any of their beloved sports teams, and I'm talking about true massholes where they are homers all the way, right?
I wish we could get Bill Burr to see if he actually, because he's a Bostonian.
I'm pretty sure he is. Yeah, I mean. And I'm pretty sure he's one of those...
he makes money from it.
Yeah, I mean, he's just an asshole. But you start talking... I mean, if he's into the whole sports scene up there, and you start talking about the Sox, the Celtics, the Patriots, who else they got up there?
Well, I know he's a Patriot fan.
Yes, I mean, you start talking shit about the Patriots, and you'll see his masshole come out. I mean, he'll be like, who the fuck are you? It's funny. But like I was saying, in true masshole fashion, the Red Sox are not playing in Houston this week at all. We are watching the Astros play the Oakland A's, right? Me and my 2 boys are going to wear all of our Red Sox gear. And it's going to be glorious. And it's just like, okay, so if the Yankees or whatever, they come to town here, down in Arlington to go play the Rangers, if I get tickets to that game, I'm wearing my Red Sox gear for the sole purpose.
You haven't got the tickets yet?
No, I've got my tickets for the game. Yeah, it's cool. I mean, because there's a ballpark app, and they send you your tickets electronically. So I've got all the tickets on my phone.
Oh, okay, cool.
But so all you do is that you pull up the app, and then they scan the QR codes on your phone before you walk in. So yeah, it's a pretty legit app. I've used it a couple of times already, and it's I mean, to me, I mean, your phone is the one thing that you're more apt to keep track of. You're not going to forget your tickets because they're already with you, and I don't know. To me, it's just convenient. There's less of a paper trail, less to keep up with. I mean, I'm kind of one of those sentimental guys that, where if you go to a park for the first time, or if it's like a really special, like a special occasion, I'd like to have the ticket stub. But the more and more I find that I'm purchasing sporting event tickets and stuff like that, these digital tickets that they transfer to your phone through email or whatever, it's just convenience, and I thoroughly enjoy it. So, but I'm trying to think of what else has been going on sports wise.
I mean, the only thing that's really happening right now is the Olympics finals to go into the Olympics.
Yeah, I want to touch on NASCAR. I want to touch on NASCAR for just a second. They had the another road course race this past weekend. Chase Elliott won the NASCAR Cup Series event at Road America. It's like a 4-mile track. I mean, oh God, these laps are long. But Chase Elliott, he's got 7 road course wins, and he's 1 behind Tony Stewart for second, and he's 2 behind for tying Jeff Gordon with the most all-time road course wins at 9. But it's kind of fun. Jeff Gordon, 4-time. Was it 4-time? Yeah, 4-time NASCAR Cup champion. Retired. He's been a sportscaster for Fox Sports during their half of the NASCAR season for a few years now. He got named vice chairman of Hendrick Motorsports, which is a big deal because, I mean, that's who he drove for during his Cup career. He actually did sign a lifetime contract with Rick Hendrick, the owner of Hendrick Motorsports, and so I think eventually when Rick Hendrick does step down, they're gonna keep the name Hendrick Motorsports because that is just an absolute powerhouse. They have the most wins all time in the Cup Series. But when Mr. Hendricks decides that it's time for him to step down and retire, I think they've been grooming Jeff Gordon for years for this position. So I'm excited about the future of Hendrick Motorsports. Just seeing the level of talent that's on the track week in and week out, from from the ARCA Series to the K&N West, K&N East, even the Xfinity Series, or the Camping World Truck Series. These kids that are out there driving these cars, I mean, they have talent. I mean, absolute talent. They have a structural and technical understanding of the car, the behavior of the car in and out of the turns down the straightaway. They're becoming more and more fluent in the language of aerodynamics, in the way that cars behave either in traffic, through clean air, side by side racing, things of that nature. I'm excited for the future of the sport. As far as the talent side of it is going to be concerned, it's going to put good racing on the track. As long as NASCAR doesn't try to tweak with the aerodynamic packaging of the vehicles too much, and impose these socially aware rules or whatever, I think that the series is going to stay viable, and it's going to stay relevant for a very long time to come. Which, I mean, if you think about it, I mean, the sport, NASCAR has been around since the 40s. So, it's really, it went from being a regional circuit to it now. It's an international phenomenon. So you're not the only one that can't speak English.
Wouldn't it be more national than international?
Well,
I mean,
no, because
internationally they do watch it, but
because we've got drivers from all over the world.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we've got Daniel Suarez. He's a native of Mexico. He's driving for the series. We've had people from Canada, people like Boris Said, who was, just an absolutely brilliant road course driver. We've had guys come over from Formula One, specifically like Scott Speed, Juan Pablo Montoya. They came over from Formula One. Danica Patrick was the one bright shining star from IndyCar series that came over to drive NASCAR for a while. Her NASCAR career really didn't amount to a whole lot. I think initially she was just a PR move, and the front office at NASCAR decided, hey, this would be great for the sport. And it did. It brought a lot of visibility to the sport, brought a lot of diversity into the program, because there are a ton of talented female drivers out there.
Oh, yeah, that's better than her.
I mean, Danica Patrick at the same time, I mean, she understood the physics of a car, but I think that she was, and this is just me giving my take on her, but her inability to accept responsibility for her hands and her hand in a wreck, an on-track incident, really it left a bad taste in the mouths of a lot of fans, and especially the drivers around the garage. And don't get me wrong, I don't wish ill upon Danica Patrick. I've gotten to see her in person a couple of times during like pre-race stuff, whenever the drivers would come out to like the midway where all the fans are and do like meet and greets and stuff. And she seems very, very down to earth.
Well, she did win the. She had a victory in 2008.
Yeah, it was in Tokyo.
Japan 300.
Yeah, and that was the only IndyCar race that she won. But now I think she does like special commentating for the IndyCar series for NBC, which is fine, and it's great. She's still very knowledgeable about the sport of racing, whether it be NASCAR, whether it be Indy. But now, I mean, she's more of kind of like she's still active in the motorsports arena, so to speak, but you see a lot of her more on Instagram now, more about self-awareness, yoga, that kind of a thing. She's just out kind of just living her life.
She's not pulling the freaking, what's her name? The chick that played Pepper Potts.
Gwyneth Paltrow? No. She's not.
Okay.
She's not selling candles and saying that it smells like her vagina. No, she's not doing that.
Or the vagina egg.
Yeah, no, she's not doing any of that. Most notably, she was engaged to Aaron Rodgers for a while.
Yeah.
And then I guess Aaron Rodgers cheated on her. But, that just seems like kind of like an Aaron Rodgers kind of thing to do. Not that I have a bad opinion of Aaron Rodgers. I mean, but I know that I'm not the only one that shares that sentiment either. But yeah.
I don't want to get her take on the whole.
And the thing of it is that she threw like a couple of passive aggressive jabs at him, didn't name him by name, and other than that, man, she's been very respectful of the whole relationship, how it dissolved and everything like that. She has pretty much kept her opinion to herself, which I think really needs to serve as an example for the rest of these jackass celebrities that are out there, like tearing each other down. I mean, with the exception being like Amber Heard and Johnny Depp. Yeah. Well, I'm sure Johnny Depp was no angel. Amber Heard, I mean, come on, man.
The stuff that's coming out about her right now. I mean,
she's a monster.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Just from what we're getting from the news and what's happening with her and Johnny Depp, it's literally like she should be put into one of the other shows. Psychos and Sociopaths.
Psychos and Sociopaths, yeah. So, Amber Heard, if we find out that you cut off more than just Johnny Depp's little finger, we will come after you. Just, you have been put on notice.
Yeah, someone asked me, it's like, oh man, Amber Heard, she's pretty cute. I was like, dude, she's an 8. Oh yeah, I think she's more of a 9. I was like, nah, she's an 8. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot to tell you, I have a 1 to 20 scale.
Well, no, and here's the thing, and I tell my girlfriend this all the time. For me, and especially, and everybody should be like this, but beauty goes more than just skin deep, because Rodney Carrington even said so himself, that he'd rather be with a big girl with a good attitude than a pretty woman who's a fucking bitch.
Yeah.
He goes, if you're a bigger girl and you got a great attitude and a great personality and you like to laugh, yeah. You're going to go places. But if you're a big girl and you got a bitchy attitude, you might as well carry a joke book around in your back pocket, because your life's going to be hard.
Yeah.
And for me...
I mean, look what happened with Phil Hartman.
Yeah, exactly.
He had a beautiful woman. She was...
And she shot him in the head.
And she killed him.
In his sleep, no less.
Yeah.
But,
At least wake the motherfucker up with like a hand job or something.
Right, but...
Like, hey, honey, how's it going?
You know, but...
Boom!
Yeah, you know, but my thing of it is that... I mean, you could be an absolute stellar knockout 10. I mean, 10 out of 10, we're talking Bo Derek, 10 out of 10, right?
Yeah.
And if you don't know who Bo Derek is, you're probably too young for this show. Anyway.
Actually, I think there's some people that we were too young for that reference.
Yeah, but if you... But we're nerds as well as people who like sports. So, I mean, we're going to get that reference because we've done our homework either through our own cultural exposure or before we decide to go off on a hot take about something.
I mean, how many sitcoms had that poster in the room?
Dude, tons.
Yeah.
Tons. And not to mention the fact that, I mean, that movie was just, it was iconic.
Yeah.
So, but moving on, I mean, you could be a 10 out of 10 until we meet you. And if we find out that you've got some shady shit going on, if you are a less than stellar human being, to me, that is going to detract from your physical beauty because at that point your personality is going to bubble to the surface. And, you know, I mean, you could look like, and this is going to be a throwback here, so this is going to definitely measure our age. You could be a Kathy Ireland.
Okay.
Okay. But if you have an Arlene Wuornos personality, to me, you look like Gollum.
Or Kathy Griffin.
Yeah, Kathy Griffin. I mean, she's definitely a ginger Gollum right there. I mean, like, my career is my precious. You know,
I know, right?
I get that people
or
have...
Rose Gala. Oh, no, not Rose Gala. What the fuck her name is?
Rose McCallum.
Rose McCallum. There we go.
Close. We're going to chalk that up to your dyslexia.
Yeah.
God, you're such a dick. God. But you know, it's...
There you go again, making fun of someone's handicap.
No, sir. Negative Ghost Rider, that pattern is full.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's... Okay, so my girlfriend is down there. She's there's a Dr. Seuss exhibit down there in the Houston area today. She just sent me this picture. She's standing next to a sneed tree.
How long is that exhibit?
I don't know. I think it's going to be there still while I'm down there this week, but...
That still kind of pisses me off that I was never able to go to see the Russian Fabergé eggs.
Yeah. You know, if I were to go to this, I know shit, legitimately, would go out of my way to find a Lorax costume. And I would terrorize the crap out of some kids. They going around there, poking around, screwing with the exhibit, and be like, I am the Lorax, and you need to get the hell out of here. I speak for the trees. I would totally do that. I would do that. I would harness my inner Danny DeVito, too. I'd be like, no.
And that, folks, is where we lost Johnny throughout the episode. And I can't bring it back, so we're going to head to call it.
No, God. Okay.
God, really? You would?
Yeah, I went there. I'm not going to be one of these people that touts myself as being a
good
quality,
humanitarian.
Yeah, you know, it's
yeah, we're both degenerates.
I'm a very, very, I'm an overdeveloped degenerate. So, what was it Kai was saying earlier? We're drunkards, and I'm like, no, God, no, because that would imply
that we have to do it while on alcohol.
That would imply that we've immersed ourselves so much into that habit that it's now become a problem that we recognize. Like, oh, I'm a drunkard. No. It's only a problem if A, you go to meetings, and B, you admit to it. I'm not admitting to a damn thing. So,
I admit it all the time.
Mentally, I still reserve the right to claim plausible deniability.
Well, there's a a lady at the parade that one of her kids told her, it's like, you need to act more like an adult. And she's like close to like, I think pushing like 50, 55. She was one sitting next to my nieces. And she's like, I'm never going to act like an adult. If I act like an adult, it just means I realize that I'm probably going to die.
Yeah, I think we all, to a degree, suffer from Peter Pan syndrome. You know, we never want to grow up. But then you get these people that suppress that to the point where they just age prematurely.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and it's like, and again, I'm not going to name any names. I'm not going to point any fingers. I'm not going to call somebody out. But there have been people in my life that have, quote unquote, prided themselves on the fact that they are more mature than I am. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. You go right on with your bad self, because I see how you're living your life now. You got no room to talk. You know, it's like,
yeah, and those people don't have any fun.
If the decisions that come, if the decision making process that comes with being that much more mature is any indication, I don't want no part of it. You know, it's okay to dabble in maturity. It really is. It's okay to dabble, but for the most part, I mean, you look at some of the fields around here, dude. That's where I keep my, you know, that's where I grow my fucks.
Yeah.
And I haven't been to harvest in a long time because there ain't nothing out there. You know, I saw a balloon the other day that spelled out the word fuck. I looked at it and realized, oh, it's a flying fuck. But alas, it was not mine to give. So, you know.
That's a good one.
You know, I mean,
that's a very good one.
I mean, people ask, you know, I mean, because we knife hand all the time. And,
do I knife hand? I think I do it on accident.
You do it occasionally.
Yeah.
I think it's more when you're around me because of the fact that I'm doing it. But
yeah.
I mean, people ask me all the time, well, what's the maximum effective range of your knife hand? And I'm like, well, it's about as far as I can throw it. But you see right over there, that direction was that was the last known location of the fuck that I gave last. You know, so, but.
I tried to grow fucks, but I just couldn't.
Yeah, I've got a bit of a black thumb.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's the multicultural, interracial portion of our show.
Yeah.
Or did we already cover that? We did at the very beginning when we were talking about Indians versus Indians.
I had to clench my hand so I didn't do the freaking thing.
Oh my God. This episode has gone horribly off the rails.
Well, there wasn't that. Well, the only other thing that we could actually talk about is the Olympics, which is going to be pretty soon.
Yeah.
What is it, in 2 weeks?
Something like that. You know, and honestly,
and getting away from the actual crap show that actually happened. There's a lot of people that actually like Bells, the gymnast.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like her 7th.
Yeah, she's from the Sugar Land, Houston area. So I mean, when I was down there about a week and a half ago, I mean, she was all over the local news, and I mean, rightfully so. I mean, she's the hometown girl. But I mean, when she's out there competing on TV, yeah, I'll watch the gymnastics. That's fine. The baseball being a part of the Olympics again this year, yeah, I'm going to watch to see how Team USA goes. Obviously, USA. But for the most part, man, honestly, I have to be completely transparent here. I'm just not that excited or even remotely looking forward to watching the Olympics.
I like some of the stuff in the Olympics. Like, they're trying to get younger crowds and everything like that, so they do snowboarding and skateboarding now.
Skateboarding, yeah, I mean, to me, that's just the X Games with extra steps, man.
Well, it's another thing is there's the point system is really ridiculous for those.
Yeah,
I think the
IOC really they tried to take a page out of the ESPN X Games playbook, and those
shady motherfuckers.
Oh, the X Games?
Oh, yeah, God!
Dude, if you know one of the judges,
yeah, I mean, if you know one of the judges, you're pretty much. You're almost guaranteed. It's almost as bad as the Oscars.
Yeah, you know, and it's funny because, well, it's not funny. It's sad that politics has seemingly found a way to weasel itself into every facet of our lives.
Yeah.
And I'm like, for God's sake, I just want one day, where we can turn on the TV, we can turn on the radio to listen to a sporting event, watch a sporting event, or even attend one in person, and not have to worry about somebody ramming their political ideology down my throat. I mean, no means no. I don't go that way. I've got a shitty gag factor. I would make a horrible gay man. And I can say that. Whatever. If you want to come at me, fine. I don't care. Pride Month was last month. But at the same time, it's like, I know what I believe. I identify myself as a Reagan conservative. You've got those certain principles: small but limited government, trust but verify, peace through strength, things like that. But I don't want to have to sit there and either, whatever your political ideology is, whether you're a liberal, whether you're a conservative, whether you're an independent, whether you're part of the Green Party or the Blue Party or the, sitting on your hand until it falls asleep, jerk me off as a stranger party, I don't care.
By the way,
when I go to a sporting event, like a baseball game, when I walk through those turnstiles, by God, I want to be a fucking kid for 3 hours, 4 hours, however long it takes to play that game. I don't care about what's going on outside. The zombie apocalypse could be breaking out outside, but as long as I'm on the other side of those turnstiles, leave me the fuck alone. Let me take solace in the fact that I'm in my refuge. I'm in my safe place. If we want to start throwing around woke terms, okay? I go to a sporting event to get away from the everyday.
Yeah.
And because politics has forced its way, I said wormed earlier, but it has forced its way into everything. Everything has to become politicized now, and I'm just like, I'm so sick of it.
Well, that's the same. That's the same thing. Reason why talking on our technical platforms and everything like that we have. There's a lot of people that are like, "Oh, you're going to get in the political scene and everything like that." It's like, fuck no.
No.
I mean, every once in a while you go like, shit deep in it.
Yeah, we've done that. We're guilty of that, but at the same time, that's not
the fullness of the show.
That's not the focus of us. That's not what we do. I mean, we're just two guys sitting around
bullshitting.
Yeah, just shooting the shit.
That was the whole description of our show is, hey, it's just a couple of things we would actually talk about on the porch, having a couple of beers.
We try to do our due diligence. We try to do our homework, so that way we don't sound like completely uneducated assholes. But at the same time, a lot of our opinions are just us talking out of our ass. Yeah. And that's the beautiful thing about it, because this is our platform. This is our venue.
Which we'll get more in depth on this week's episode when you're going down to Houston, and we're gonna do a Skype doing that.
Yeah. So we're gonna dub. Well, you know what we can call that episode? The Great Experiment.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, but it's, to me, I just want sports to be left to sports. Okay.
Well, I just want.
If you're going to make a political statement as an athlete, I don't care if you're an amateur, I don't care if you're a professional, I don't care if you're a collegiate. Okay. You show up, and you put that uniform on, you put that running suit on, you put your football pads on, you whatever it is that you're wearing to play the sport that you're playing.
Yeah.
Do your fucking job. That's it. That's all. That's all I care about. If you want to voice your opinions, if you want to make a statement, do it after you clocked out. Okay? I don't care to see people when I'm paying money. I don't want to see you kneeling for the national anthem, because as somebody who pays your salary by putting my butt in the seat, I want to see the product I came to see. I don't care about your personal opinions when you're on my time. You want to go on Twitter, you want to go on Facebook, you want to go onto these talk show circuits, and you want to talk about how you think that police need to be disbanded and defunded. Well, fine, great. But don't expect any kind of quarter to be given to you whenever you're the one being photographed with armed bodyguards, but you're out there saying that everyday people like myself and you need to turn in our guns because we don't need them. Fuck that, fuck you, and go get fucked and stay fucked. I don't care. And There's a guy on TikTok. I'm going to give him like a real quick plug, but is Jake Barr. Okay, Bar None is his screen name, right? He's got a line of merchandise. It's the GFC. It stands for Get Fucked Cunt. Hit him with the hard T. I mean, that's kind of his catchphrase. And I'm like, you know what? That's abrasive. Great. That's awesome. I love it. I think that, more people need to be like that, And I'm not saying like carbon copy him and say, hey, okay, do. We get these people running around saying get fucked cunt, whatever. And that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that you start seeing it more and more now. And I saw so many memes of this yesterday, where we was talking about social media and everybody, the red, white, and blue. Everybody on the 4th of July is like, oh yeah, and then you can definitely tell the people who don't like this country, because either they go on these really obscure social media platforms, or they just don't post at all, because they know that they're going to get shouted down, right? Like yesterday, I'm in public. You know that T-shirt that I've got that says "Make America Offensive Again"?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I bought that shirt years ago from John Burke. Mm-hmm. Okay, Army veteran. He was a social media influencer for a while. I mean, even though he didn't want to acknowledge the fact that he was a social media influencer. It just says "Make America Offensive Again."
Then he does the.
The Bob Ross parody.
Ross, yeah.
Yeah, paint like a liberal. Yeah, or paint like a. Yeah, I mean, those are great.
Yeah.
It's just like, we're gonna paint with our pussy hat pink today. And I love it. It's to me, it's hilarious.
It's so hilarious.
But he caught so much shit from the left, from these woke individuals, from these bro vets. I mean, he's evolved. He's grown. He's not as loud as he used to be. He's more of a business owner now, and he picks and chooses his battles.
Yeah.
Because he's got a business to worry about. He's got people that are under him that he has to worry about paying. And I respect the hell out of that. But just the premise of that T-shirt, and I'm sure that if he saw it in the wild, he'd be like, oh, hey, that's a nice shirt. Be like, yeah, I know, I bought it from you. But I honestly believe that we just need to stop worrying about what the hell is offending one generation versus the next, because we used to not care, and we got along just fine. And now we're all worried about whether or not Susie J. Rottencrotch or Tommy Wackett over there is going to be worried about, well, what are they going to think if I say this? It's like, who cares? Speak your mind. Now, granted, we do need to exercise a bit of tact, and we need to be mindful of the people around us, but not to the point where you change your message, because we need to stand up for our laurels. I mean, we need to be convicted. And you get so many people nowadays that are just like, they're pushovers. And it's almost like they're a paper lion. They fold into the pressure. The first time that it even gets remotely misty outside, they're going to crumple under the pressure. We don't want that. We don't need that. That's not what we were founded on. That's not what we're about.
That always gets me to the point where when I say, it's like, I hanged out with way too many Brits when I was younger. So my vocabulary is like, you fucking cunt. Or, goddamn, you're a salty cunt. And there's different varieties of it.
Oh, my favorite variation of the word cunt is, right?
What?
Twat.
Oh.
Quit being a twat. Don't be a twat.
Yeah. But I'll have people, it's like, I don't like that word. Huh. It's like I had the First Amendment and I fought for it. What about you? Did you do that? No?
Well, we could just chalk that up as to us being ungrateful, colonists. So, and I love it because there was a meme that went around yesterday. So you see all these liberals celebrating a holiday that was founded by a bunch of angry men with guns.
Yeah, I posted that.
Yeah, I saw that, and I saw that on more than one page yesterday, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that's."
Did they have it on our page?
I don't think that was on our page, but
no, I think I put it on our page.
You know what? I think you're right. But one of my favorite ones, and this is where the nerd comes in for the nerd sports. Well, I think we've already covered that, but anyways, I digress. It was an imperial flag, And he says, if this flag offends you, you're a rebel and a traitor.
I've seen that one. I couldn't find that one this year. I still like that. I still like that one. And go ahead, take a look at our Facebook page or Instagram. You can get a couple of memes that I've been putting up there. I found out that I can post stuff on Instagram, and that's where I've been posting my stuff. So
yeah, I did find us on Instagram.
I like the George Washington giving a Stone Cold Stunner to that.
Yeah. I mean, to me, I was like, either that's an RKO or that's a Stone Cold Steve Stunner. But
no, it was on ours.
Yeah. Okay. So
ours was the Toy Story one, though.
Yeah. Funny thing about Toy Story, Woody and Buzz.
I don't want to fucking hear it.
What? I was just going to point out the fact that Andy's mom had toys by the same name.
I knew it. Fucking knew it.
That's awesome. But
actually, she probably only had like one toy that was just combined, Buzz and Woody. Because
wouldn't she have one named Peter Cottontail because of the rabbit ears?
Yeah, but that's a whole different genre.
Now we're getting into hentai.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Okay. Oh, okay. That's
basically the only time you're going to get uncensored porn in Japan. But anyway. So
but there wasn't really anything that big other than that hockey player dying.
Yeah.
Really, because
if we're gonna try to do the Skype episode on Thursday night, that'd be great. Because that'll be kind of like the preview show, and I'll try to shoot a little bit of footage because I'm taking the boys to Johnson Space Center on Friday.
Okay.
So that'll be a neat treat for them. Definitely be a neat treat for me because last time I went to Johnson Space Center was 26 years ago. About a month before I shipped off for basic training.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it dawned on me. 26 years. I have been out of high school for 26 years. I joined the Army as a wet behind the ears, oblivious as to how the world actually worked, 17-year-old becoming an infantryman.
You're only a year older than me. How was that 26 years?
I started school a year early.
Okay.
So, because I graduated in 95.
Okay.
Yeah, so, but in fact, when Maria was in town last week, was it last week? Yeah. Anyways, when she was in town here last on her little mini vacation, and I met her for breakfast, I brought that up. She was like, shut your whore mouth.
I would tell you the same damn thing.
She's like, how dare you make me feel old? I'm
dude,
like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, when I wake up in the morning and my back hurts, I'm like, fuck, how did I fuck up sleeping?
I know, right?
Like, you lay down, you close your eyes, that's sleeping.
Yeah.
But we have terms in our vocabulary now, like, I slept wrong. How do you fuck that up? I don't know.
I mean, I do it a lot.
I do too, apparently.
What's really sad, if I sleep on my right side,
yeah,
I'll fuck up my neck. But if I sleep on my left side, I'm perfectly fine.
Yeah, and I find too, like if I sleep on my right side, my acid reflux kills like crazy, right?
Yeah.
If I sleep on my left side, not so much. Then I have to sleep kind of sort of sitting up because I have been told that I snore, not loud. I'm not like a chainsaw. I mean, it's not like I have to go wear like a CPAP or a, whatever.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
But it's more one of those, like, I have been told it. Oh, it's kind of cute. I'm like, no, there's nothing to me about that's cute. At all. Like, none. I mean, and on top of that, it's like this little cute, dainty little snore. You know how, like, I like to do shit. It's like, I don't like to half-ass it. So, I mean, if I'm going to snore, by God, I need to snore. I mean, I need to wake people up next door.
Or in another county.
I don't think another county would be. I mean, because at that point, then I would probably be required by law to separate myself.
I want to snore so loud that it's like people think it's an apocalyptic event.
Oh, like one of the trumpets sounding for Revelation?
Yeah,
gotcha. No, see, I don't want to do that.
Funny story.
Because, I mean, one dude, when I have found out that I, when I've realized that I am snoring.
Yeah.
Dude, I wake up and it's like I am exhausted.
Yeah.
I mean, absolutely exhausted. But, and something else too, like the older we get, and you see these on like TikTok videos now where it's like the women wake up and they're mad at their husbands or boyfriends because they cheated on them in their dreams. It's like...
My mom did that when I was younger. My dad had to explain a black eye.
Well, yeah, but it's like, okay, now I wake up, if I'm in a bad mood, it's because I had a dream that somebody was pulling some shady shit. And I'm like, bro, I can't. I can't allow myself to become that person. So it's like I have to just remind myself it was a dream. I mean, yes, the comedic value is there, but I'm like, fuck, I'm getting old. This is not cool. It's just really
I
not.
consider those kind of dreams, though, like a prophecy, so I end up trying to blow them up. Yeah.
While it's okay to be, what's the word I'm looking for?
Psychotic?
No, not psychotic.
Crazy?
No, because those are terms that can be used against you in a court of law.
Oh, okay.
While it's okay to be comically violent in your dreams, I try to keep them that way. It's like Tom and Jerry, hitting hitting certain people from your past in the face with a shovel and having their face become a part of that shovel, like Tom and Jerry runs into it and you see his face,
or the frying pan,
or you just stick a dynamite over there and all that happens is just you get the black crap that just kind of blows back like that. Yeah. They dissolve into a matchstick and then the next time you see them they're fine. But at the same time though, it's like to me it's a little disturbing because it's like I'm trying to move on from you.
Yeah.
Leave me and my dreams alone.
No, well, talking about the snoring stuff, I remember one time we were over at my grandmother's house on my mom's side, and we were trying to get to sleep. It was probably around about 11 o'clock. It was just, I'm a little kid, probably around about like 8 or 9, and my grandmother farted, but when she farted, we could hear it in the other room, but when she farted, something made the house shake. I mean, it wasn't like we heard the fart and there was a shake. It was like, no, it was like, boom. And I was like, it's the big one. And for the next 30 to 45 minutes, we couldn't get back to sleep because we were laughing so hard. That's the kind of event I want.
I just got the link to pull up for the England soccer team.
That I sent you?
Yes. Because it didn't come up right on my phone, so I pulled it up on my iPad here. But
isn't that funny though?
The title of the article: England celebrates reaching Euro 2020 semifinals by frolicking on inflatable unicorns. I'm like, the word frolic lends itself to a alternative type of behavior.
Fabulous.
Can we say that? Yeah, we can say that. It's our podcast. Yeah, we can say it.
Yeah, because it's not American language.
Oh, okay. So we want to talk about content, right?
Yeah.
And usage and copyrights and people getting offended, blah, 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 right? I had an Instagram post from 2017 get taken down because the Warner Brothers Music Group said I was infringing upon their copyright, right? Reagan, my 10-year-old, okay? He was like 5 back then, right? He was in the back seat of my car, and, he was singing Castle on the Hill by Ed Sheeran, right? Mm-hmm. I'm on my way. Now, imagine a little 5-year-old just getting into it and just jamming out, right? And I just turned on my camera and flipped it around and just recorded him singing the chorus. Adorable. Cute as hell. Loved it, right? It's one of my favorite videos of him. They took it down. And so I had the chance to appeal it. So I'm paraphrasing here. I'm trying to remember exactly what it was that I wrote because it says, "Give a chance. We're going to give you a chance to appeal it. Give us a reason why."
Yeah.
I was like, it is a snippet of a song that has been out for over 5 years. A 5-year-old is demonstrating how much he loves the artist and that song. Get the fuck over it. And I submitted that. Let's see, what was it? It was Friday last week.
Yeah.
I get a notification and an email from Instagram. They reposted my video. I won my appeal.
Oh, awesome.
I was like, what the... What? Okay.
No, well, talking on that, though, what's really funny is there was a YouTube video that was literally fighting the corporation, the Warner Brothers Music Corporation. He was actually saying, I was like, well, it's this. What happened with that is he just used a couple of the notes, and he showed it on screen. He didn't play the notes. He showed it on screen. Warner Brothers copyrighted and wanted to monetize that. And I think it was just a Britney Spears song or some shit like that. Way they do it nowadays.
You know who I blame for this whole copyright infringement crap?
Metallica?
Exactly. Specifically, Lars. Fuck that dude. I mean, granted, okay, we have Lars Ulrich to blame for a lot of things. The downfall of Napster.
Yeah.
The STD that was LimeWire.
Okay.
Because, I mean, if you downloaded anything from LimeWire, I mean, you might as well have just gone out and bought a brand new computer because you were not saving that shit.
No, you just might as well have shipped it to Thailand and get out as many freaking sex diseases, STDs onto your computer.
You install LimeWire and download anything, your computer has now become a transvestite.
Not even that. I mean,
God. Well,
you
pre-op or post-op?
Pre-op.
Pre-op, obviously. Okay, now, but
I mean, you still have to get a little bit of KY jelly too. Yeah,
I'll get to this. No, I'll get to this inflatable unicorn in a second. But I blame Lars for that. I really do. I mean, I did have the chance to check seeing Metallica live off of my bucket list.
I've never seen Metallica live. I don't do concerts that much.
Live music, I absolutely love live music because it's raw, it's unfiltered. Artists, they never play the same shit that they play it the same way that it was recorded in the studio, and I like it.
I like them more in a small venue.
Yeah, more like an unplugged type setting, but
yeah.
But I wanted to see Metallica, so it was like in the summer of 2000 for the summer sanitarium tour, right?
Yeah.
The original date was in Atlanta, and James Hetfield got sick, so Kid Rock was opening up for Metallica during that particular point in time. Now, if you've ever listened to American Badass, the musical track is Fade to Black.
Yeah.
Okay? The entire song, right? So they had Kid Rock up there filling in for James Hetfield trying to get this set done. And they go to start playing Fade to Black. Well, apparently Kid Rock did not know the words, or he forgot them. So what did he do? He starts singing American Badass. Lars gets up, and this is the only time that I've ever respected Lars. He got up from behind the drums, walked up to the front of the stage, grabbed the microphone from Kid Rock, and said, "We're singing our songs, not your songs. Sorry, everybody. We're going to come back and do a makeup show." Drops the mic and walks the fuck off the stage. The entire band just left, right? Kid Rock standing there at the front of the stage looking like a complete douche nozzle. And so, Ticketmaster was still Ticketmaster back then before they became, whatever it is that they've become now. But they were like, okay, well, we're offering, if you've got ticket stubs for this show, then we're going to offer you free tickets for the makeup show. So at the end of the summer, I think it was like August or September, I can't remember where. I just know it was in 2000. But they did the makeup show at the Starplex Amphitheater down in Atlanta, right where the show was originally at. So me and a buddy at the time, we drove from Nashville to Atlanta, and you know, because we're going to the Metallica show. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get to see Metallica, right? They had Corrosion of Conformity open up for them before Corrosion of Conformity got good. I think they had I think they've got a different frontman than they did originally. But this guy gets out there and he's like, yeah, I get a call, blah blah blah, trying to make himself sound bigger than he actually was. We booed this fucker off the stage, and that was their only opening act, right? Because I mean, legitimately, it was supposed to be a makeup show. They just sent him out there to warm people up.
Yeah.
And he got people warmed up. We got him we got fired up because we wanted him off the fucking stage, right? And so, you know, we were like, boo, fuck this guy, fuck him, fuck you. You know, we booed him off the stage. He was like, fuck y'all. So he starts walking off. Then we start cheering, right? And we're like, Metallica, Metallica, right? And I mean, you get a bunch of like drunk, ignorant metalheads in the Georgia heat and humidity.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, right? So we're just sitting there. We're like, and it was but like another 45 minutes before Metallica's set was even supposed to start. And so they sent somebody from the band out, not one of the band members, but like one of their reps, the manager, I think it was, comes out and he's like, all right, well, you booed off the opening act. And we're like, yeah, fuck that guy, right? I mean, and so he goes, we will play piped in music until the band gets ready, but it's going to be 45 minutes. We're like, yeah, fucking do that. Don't bring that guy back out. And so they were like, yeah, okay, cool. So they walked off stage. They started playing piped in music, right?
Yeah.
And it's hilarious, right? You get a bunch of metalheads, they're out there just like, we're jamming, right? I mean, we're having a good old time. Everybody's drinking. You could smell the weed getting passed around. And it's almost like that. It's almost like Bill and Ted. It's like Wild Stallions brought society together, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Journey comes on. Everybody stops what they're doing. The noise in the crowd drops, and then you hear everybody singing along. Just a small town girl, you know. And it's like, it's hilarious, dude, because we're like, oh, this is Journey, yeah, you know. We all got fired up for Journey. And then as soon as the song was over, you see the band techs, you know, coming out, like the drum tech, the guitar techs coming out and doing sound checks, right? And that dude hits that double bass and like, right? And you could feel it. We're like, oh, yeah, you know. And then the lights go out. And everybody's like, yeah. And dude, it was an amazing show. And, I mean, this was right after the Load and Reload albums came out. So it wasn't before the whole Death Magnetic, and it was before all of that stuff. Before they really sold out and wrote a sequel to Unforgiven 2, like whatever. Shut up. Who does that? Oh, I tell you who does that. George Lucas when he sells out to Disney. That's who does that. You're not George Lucas. You're fucking Metallica. Be Metallica.
Yeah.
You know. We're talking Bread Fan. We're talking about Kill 'Em All. We're talking about One and Justice for All. We're talking about Deaver's Eye. Get out there and play a 15-minute guitar solo, you know, whatever. But that was a cool show to go see. And then after that show was over, you know, everybody's like dispersing, going their own different ways. And then James Hetfield comes out, you know, oh, we're going to stand against Napster, blah, 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 blah. Or not James Hetfield, Lars. I'm sorry. Sorry, James. Whatever. Screw you, too. Whatever. It's like he's going to call into the show. Oh, you said screw me. Like, you know what? All right, guy, come on.
Oh, you won't be able to do anything.
Right. I mean, what are you going to do? You going to stick your fine art, rare wine loving drummer on us? Oh, come on. Anyways, I mean, Lars Ulrich lost the ability to sit there and go, fucking metal. No, you're not, dude. You're just a fucking highbrow hipster who knows how to play drums really well. But, I'm sorry. This has gotten wildly off track, but...
Go on.
We blame Lars for all of this copyright infringement crap. Because if he hadn't sat there and, like, screwed the pooch for us, you know, we would be able to... I mean, yeah, you're going to have places like Pandora and Spotify where they pay the artists royalties for the number of streams that their songs get. Just like we're on Spotify and we get paid $15 for every 1,000 streams, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so And that's because that's our intellectual property. People are enjoying it, and so through their subscription fees, we get that, right? And then if they're using the free platforms, they've got to endure the hardship of those commercials, right? But that's still generating revenue, and that's fine. That's great because that's a controlled environment. But it's Warner Brothers, dude. They really love their stuff, and I think the fact that Warner Brothers is almost kind of becoming. I mean, if it wasn't for DC, I think Warner Brothers would almost be extinct nowadays.
Yeah. No, what really gets me though, and this would be a closing stuff.
Yeah.
Is you have someone like Metallica from our, not really our generation, but close by it. But you have somebody from Nine Inch Nails, Trent Reznor,
yeah,
who basically gives his shit out for free.
Yeah.
And what a lot of people don't know about Trent Reznor, he was the president and CEO of Apple Music.
Mm-hmm. And when he left, and that's when Apple decided to go, we're going to charge people to keep the music they've already purchased.
Yeah. But he's done that is an artist. Every once in a while I'll hear some stuff about him and everything. I really didn't like him all too much. I just don't like the techno style of heavy metal.
Yeah, the electronica, yeah.
Yeah. But, I mean, every once in a while he'll come up and say, I don't want to use guitars because I've used guitars too much in my music. And I'm like, what a douchebag. Then I read up on him. It's like, oh, yeah, that motherfucker. It's like Prince. Prince was an artist.
Yeah.
Trent Reznor was an artist.
Prince,
or the artist.
Rest his soul, but Prince was the only guy that I could think of off the top of my head who could walk into any place wearing puffy, cuffs.
Oh, yeah, I love those stuff.
Tight leather pants, his hair teased to the fucking moon, decked out in everything purple. And he could probably put it in context here. Because I just bought Wrath of Man on 4K on Vudu, so I am going to be watching that later this week. Anyways, again, hearkening back to a previous episode, but anyways.
Yeah.
He could walk in, if Jason Statham was there, he would steal Jason Statham's woman, and there's not a fucking thing that Jason Statham could do about it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the way Prince rolled. And, I mean, while I'm not big on the whole homewrecker career field, for obvious reasons, you literally have to take your hat off and tip your cap to the guy.
Yeah.
Because the dude walks in, and he walks in like he owns the place. And to an extent, he did. Obviously before he OD'd, but but Trent Reznor doing the things that, I mean, you want to talk about being an artist, yes. I mean, he kind of did his own thing, and he really did for the longest time, still does, but it's more behind the scenes now. But as far as like artists standing up for the craft, I think he was more altruistic than some of your other, mainstream predominant artists. And I think when you're talking about Trent Reznor, I almost kind of want to put Rob Zombie in the same category as he is. Because Rob Zombie does his thing, puts out a great product. It's kind of like produced art. It's got kind of like an edgy feel to it. Yeah, there's guitars, but you can definitely tell that there's an electronic influence in there. But when you hear a Rob Zombie song or a Nine Inch Nails song, you can immediately identify what that is by its sound and the memories that it invokes, versus this overproduced, hey, we've got 14 writers, coming up with work. I mean, come on. It's not like we've got people like Freddie Mercury who sits in a room and comes up with Bohemian Rhapsody. I'm just saying. Music isn't what it used to be, but Trent Reznor, Rob Zombie, and there are a handful of other artists out there. really keep it pure, and that's the part that I respect. So, I mean, if they want to go out and they want to steal people's women, that's fine, whatever.
How did we get away from sports?
I'm not sure.
I mean,
we were talking about trademarks. Okay, so to end it, here we go. This inflatable unicorn. The fact that its tail is hiked up, that leaves me for reason to concern. And all I can see is Deadpool, dude. That's all I see.
Yeah.
That's all I fucking see is Deadpool riding this thing. If somebody did not show up in a Deadpool cosplay costume to help the English team celebrate their advancement into the semifinals, they did it wrong. There was a missed opportunity there.
That just means Ryan Reynolds just get his costume on and just do it.
Well, considering the fact that Ryan Reynolds is Canadian and not English.
Doesn't matter. He'll probably end up doing it in a couple of days.
Yeah, that's probably true too, but...
But anyways, I'm David Dickerman.
I'm Johnny Skelton.
And this is Nerd Sports. Thank you for listening.
Keep it classy, San Diego.
All right.